Welcome to the AIRL Ream Truck Series at Tsukuba Circuit. Now, unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the D1 race in yesterday. Had a little bit of a snag in qualifying, but the D2 race was a real barn burner. It went down to the wire, final corner, final lap on old tires, and it's we shall see what kind of strategies will play out today here in beautiful Japan as the trucks are lining up for qualifying. And we have a couple of new sign-ups today. We have Coma, who signed up just a couple minutes ago, and we have Toxic, who signed up, I believe, last week or sometime recently. Coma will be in the number 82. And Toxic will be in the number 69. And also racing, we have Saturn, I believe. Well, someone's in the 91. It's Nova in the 91. And Saturn is somewhere around here. He will be racing the 29, I believe. Nova taking a quick pit stop. Blaze first up for qualifying. Gets through one. Down through the S's. To turn 4, that banked. Quite sharp corner. And 5 under the Dunlop Bridge. 6, a quick flick to the left. And then 7 and 8, another hairpin, also a little bit banked. Down the long back straightaway before he reaches turn 9. Blaze turning in elite ball reference for his scheme as he starts his first flying lap into 1. Very good line, very solid. Through the middle of 4. Through 5, that's very want to be very careful through there. You can corner cut very easily. And Alpha will be watching. Blaze out of turn 9. What will his first lap be? 59.20. As he starts his final lap. Morwim is on his outlap. We will watch him soon. I know Morwim's in the pits. He will start his outlap soon. Right now. We'll continue watching Blaze. See if he can improve on that 59-2 even. Here he comes into 7 and 8. Keeps a lot of speed through there. You want a good exit down the backstretch into turn 9. Here we go. Keeps it low. Aggressive on the throttle. Oh, the runoff. 58.996 for Blaze. And we're clarifying the corner cut rules. We'll see if we get to any controversy over that as Morwam starts his first lap. Almost off the track into 1. Good through the S's and into 4. Through 5, no cuts. On the exit, no cuts. Very dangerous at the track limits there. 6 and 7. No, 7 and 8, sorry. I don't want to say certain two numbers together because I'm going to have a bunch of people laughing their heads off for reasons I don't understand. Meanwhile, Morwam comes into turn 9 to complete his first lap. Into the runoff. 59.223. White flag. There's quite a lot of room for improvement, but he's a bit short on practice time, so I don't know how high the ceiling is. As Nova starts their flying lap. No cuts through 5 or 6. He could carry a little bit more speed through 5, but he's being very conservative, which is a good decision. Meanwhile, Nova being very aggressive on exit of 5, and first lap is already invalid. Meanwhile, Morwam sets a valid lap, no improvement over his first one, but he remained second on the board, and we'll see what the 91's, what position the 91's time would have gotten them if they hadn't cut. 59.9, a lot of room for improvement. Again, also quite short on practice time. Lost a bit of speed on the exit of 1. Through the S's. Into 4. That banked corner. Narrow exit. Lost them a bit of speed again. How they do through 5. Very safe. Bit of 2 tires on the grass there. The 2 on the curb. We'll see how that gets officiated. Second lap invalid for the 91. And they're looked like they were going to pull it into the pits, but they'll finish their lap. I don't know if it's going to be any faster because they slowed down quite a bit on the backstretch. No improvement. This will be starting at the back, and here comes Coma. Out of 9, and the number 82 truck. I believe this is the start of his time lap. Yes, it is. Narrow exit out of 1. Now Coma did set the pole for D1 qualifying. Unfortunately, didn't get to race D1. He has very It's quite narrow exits, which are usually not conducive to exit speed, but it is, I guess, the shortest way out of the corner. Into 7 and 8, a little bit wide, but you do want to carry speed out of those corners to get a good exit. Down long backstretch into 9. A long sweeping right-hander. First lap for Coma, 59.767. Again, I don't believe Coma has any practice, but a third on the board is quite impressive. Into the braking zone of 4. Close to the curb, narrow exit. Through 5. A bit wide. I think that'll be invalidated. Yep, it will. And we'll see what the 82 would have gotten. He looks to be pulling into the pits. Yep, he is. The first lap is valid. 59.767. Fortunately, we'll not get him third. He'll be starting at the back, and the 69 is on their first time lap, I believe. So yeah, top 3 qualifiers are from higher divisions, all 3 from Cup, so they will be starting at the back. So Nova is a provisional pole, I think. Toxic's first lap is a 1 minute 2:07.9. Not the best, but he did have quite a bit of practice, and he has a lot of room for improvement here. So let's see what he can show us here. Quite wide out of 4, lost a lot of speed there. Through 5, very wide into the grass. That'll be invalid. Yep. Bit wide in 8 and 7 and 8. Oh, he pulled into the pits. No, he'll finish his lap. And we'll see if it would have been an improvement. You know, he slows down. No improvement. Here comes Saturn in the 29 out of 9. Start his first time lap. I saw Saturn getting a little bit of practice, and he also qualified for the D1 race. He got sent to the LCQ, but he was top of the board. So he had almost as many entrants in the D1 race as we had at Daytona. Quite unexpected, even although one of them chose not to race. They just wanted to put in a qualifying lap to see if they could. And out of the final corner, into the runoff, a 59.054 for Saturn. That puts him second. It's Overcook's 1, though. Now, this is an impressive time. He will still be starting at the back, as the top 4 spots are now taken by Cup guys. I guess eager to race after not being able to yesterday. And I would be racing, but I'm not particularly interested in trucks. I'll only be racing few races, and I'll be broadcasting most of them. Because I don't know if anyone else is. I know Junior is, but he does not have great coverage. I'm sorry. Here he comes. Across the line. No improvement. Or I believe a little bit of improvement in the 054. I don't remember what he had before. As here comes Ballin. Another driver who qualified for D1 in the number 80 part-time car. He starts his first time lap. Now Ballin will also be going to the back. And hang on a minute, I have to ban a bot from one of my servers. There we go. Ballin a little wide in 7 and 8. But overall looked to be a good lap. Here he comes, a bit wide in 9, but cuts low to that second curb to get aggressive on the gas. And it's a 1:05. Low in 4. A bit high on exit, but still pretty shallow. Good through 5 and 6. Lifted a little bit and staying on track, I sounded like. Through 7 and 8. Migrates a bit wide to carry that exit speed. The backstretch is pretty bumpy here at Tsukuba for reasons that are unclear to me, and looks like turn 9's also a little bit bumpy. Will it be an improvement? Yes, it will. Puts him up 1 spot, a 59.858. And we wait for the race to begin. Shouldn't be too long. Fingers crossed. Yep, your starting order will be, your front row will be Toxic and Nova, second row Blaze and Saturn, third row Morlam and Coma, fourth row will be Ballin and possibly Alpha. So you have a couple guys going to the back as usual. Alpha filling the field, did not set a qualifying lap. It's not too unusual for him. A majority of the field is our other Cup or WeatherTech regulars. Only need 2 truck regulars, and Nova and Toxic. So we will have a 7 or 8 truck race, which is about where the WeatherTech race was. And the Cup race will have a full 13 car field, which will be quite interesting. D2, now WeatherTech went caution free despite a couple of single car incidents, and you were able to make the entire race without making a pit stop. Now Alpha, I assume, has changed the fuel consumption on the trucks as well as the Cup cars. He confirmed the Cup cars. He has not said anything about the trucks. Although I don't know if truck race will be long enough to warrant a pit stop, as Krieger's in 27. Wasn't a 27. How many laps will we be doing today? 33 laps. So not enough for a pit stop, I believe. Fuel, when I tested the Cup cars after the changes, lasted about 40 laps. Could probably stretch it to 45, although I wasn't able to. That's what Alpha says, at least. So, trucks are being assembled on the backstretch. That's the pace car, the pace truck number 27. As stated earlier, we have Toxic and Nova on the front row, Blaze and Saturn on the second row, Morley and Coma on the third row, and Ballin and Alpha rounding out the field for a total of 8 trucks. And we're pacing. And never mind. We are not pacing. What is going on? Okay. Now we should be going, I think. We're still not going. We've been told to back up. But Krieger is not supposed to back up. Hope Alpha doesn't try to officiate and race, because that usually doesn't end well. Alright, I guess we're gonna try it again. And drivers are ready, we're rolling. Green this time. Who is that flying over there? Is it Nick? And we're red flagged already? Is that Ballin back there? It is Ballin. Okay, green next time. And the 69 apparently does not know how to pace. Now the WeatherTech race actually did not get to pace around the whole track, so we will see how this works out. As they seem a bit apprehensive. They single file out through the S's, at least the front row does. And this is probably the worst, well, not the worst pace I've ever seen, and their Alpha is stopped in turn 4, fixing the ticker. They'll straighten out on the backstretch, I believe, but okay, let's see if they can keep it too wide through here. Yes, they will. Alpha cutting the course to make sure he catches back up. Throwing a couple of last-minute ping checks. Alpha has 389. Krieger is in the grass, checking everybody up. He missed the turnoff for pit road, goes over the grass and the curb, into the restart zone. Very chaotic green flag here at Tsukuba. The 69 gets swamped. And the 1, 3 wide, 4 wide almost, but oh, there's the 4 wide on the exit. Nova pulls ahead. Coma a bit unsettled through the S's as they're 3 wide again through 4. And this is just letting Nova pull away. Everybody goes wide off of 5. Oh, into the wall. I think that's balling. 3 wide still. This is exactly what Nova wants to see in the rearview mirror. Several car lengths behind, and everyone fighting for every position. As Saturn attempted to look to the inside of the Zero of Blaze, but couldn't make it work. And that is your first lap here at Tsukuba. It looks like they're starting to get a bit more organized now, as they're still fighting in 1. Coma gets pushed out wide. As Morwam looks to make a move on Blaze, and he gets to the inside. That quickly becomes the outside of the next corner. He backs out, probably looking for a move later. And oh, Coma and who is that? That's not Coma. That's Alpha, Ballin, and Toxic. Oh, and Nova hits the wall, loses the lead to Blaze, and now he's under attack by Morwam. Morwam's looking great for turn 9 here. Bit of a squeeze, but the gap was open. And who's going to get the better exit? They both go wide, 3 wide, 1 Toyota, 2 Dodges. Morwam moves up into 2nd. Nova 3rd, Saturn 4th. Rounding up the top 5 is Coma, and a significant gap behind. There's Alpha into the wall again, as Ballin, Toxic, and Alpha just can't continue to lose time. Ballin through the grass there, as he goes wide in 4. Pushed wide a bit more by Toxic, and there's Alpha there. And Morwam through the grass. Oh, he's lagging. He's lagging. He needs to get out of the way. Look at that. Into the sand trap. Loses 2nd and 3rd. But gets 3rd back. And Nova drops back. What's interesting is Blaze now has quite a sizable gap. We'll see what it is at the line. 1.8 seconds of... Wow. Now, Blaze, so as I said, he's good at road courses, and he's really showing it right now. Everyone else is fighting for whatever they can get, and that's exactly what he wants to see, so he can pull away. As Toxic through the grass, almost to a dead stop behind Ballin. He is so far behind. As Coma's looking for a move on Nova here, and Saturn. Coma and Saturn are teammates up in the Sunoco Cup Series, and Coma is also Saturn's boss. So they might race each other a little bit differently here. We'll see. As Blaze keeps that huge gap above the other four, now he grew it to 2.1 seconds. They're all gonna have to work together here to catch up. They can't keep fighting anymore, and the gap from 5th to 6th is 7 seconds. They're all the way back there. Alpha still in turn 1. As Coma looks for a move on Saturn, and Nova follows through. Saturn drops to 5th. Nova a bit wide. I think Morwin went wide there too, into the grass. And Coma looks like he wants to pull away from these two dodges. The gap may have closed a little bit as Morwin managed to pull away. It's still a big gap from Morwin to Coma. Bit bumpy on the runoff. 1.7 seconds. The gap shrunk, but he had a pretty good gap to Coma in 3rd. As Alpha and Toxic continue to fall behind, Ballin is about 6 seconds back, and Alpha, I believe, is not in the race anymore. And Coma's working on Morwam. He's managed to catch up to him. He still has a long way to go before he gets the leader. Now in the WeatherTech, Morwam wide, Coma wide. Everybody hits the wall upside down! It's Saturn, he's upside down! Will he be able to get unflipped cautions out? And the 24 of Ballin is also upside down. That's not Ballin. Where is Ballin? Red flag is out. Probably have him stop on the backstretch. Or here. Yep, there's Ballin. There they are. 2 trucks upside down just before the start-finish line. There is no auto flip. I thought these had them, but apparently not. Krieger is in the pace truck. I don't think he knows what to do, or if he looks like he's going to come back here to help unflip them, as 29 unflips on his own, which means Ballin should unflip here soon if he doesn't hit the sign. Yep, there he goes. Auto flip is so slow. And Ballin's also complaining about lag, which was an issue in D1 qualifying and practice, and also WeatherTech. Although it seemed to vary from person to person. I did not experience any lag in D2. A little bit in D1. As the 24 and the 29 catch the line of cars here on the exit of turn 6. Here comes Krieger in the pace truck, going the wrong way to pace him. We'll see if any. We'll see if any of the drivers take pit stops. I don't need to, but tires are king here. You can lose seconds on old tires. They don't need a pit. They don't need fuel, I believe. I haven't really tested it for myself, but if it's the same as the D1 cars, they do not. And Toxic is somewhere is nighttime. I could be a lot of places. As we are still under red flag, I assume we're gonna go pacing soon. Oh, he's in the United Arab Emirates. Alpha is back in the race. We're back up to 8 trucks. Yellow flag's back out. We should be pacing momentarily. Well, I guess we'll go through the field. We have Blaze. We have Morwem, we have Coma, Cup regulars, and then our first truck regular is Nova, followed by another truck regular in a Toxic. And then you have Ballin, a D2 regular. And then Saturn, D1 regular, and then Alpha, the league owner. So yeah, not the truck guy. Truck's just D1 and D2 playground this season. I swear there are a lot more regulars last season, but maybe we'll get more. Pits are open. Any takers? Krieger. Okay. Most of the field comes in. Yeah, Krieger comes back out. We have 2 staying out. Coma and Toxic and Alpha, question mark? No, he comes in. Very crowded pit lane here. See how they handle it. It's pretty well so far, but gonna have to be careful on exit. You can easily cut in front of someone. Pretty short pit stop from Toxic, longer pit stops from everyone else. Saturn and Ballin out at the same time. And then Alpha, Morwem, and Blaze. Blaze barely stays ahead of Morwem. So Blaze and Morwem, no change. Ballin and Saturn, I gain position, stay where they are, and so does Alpha. And also up positions are Toxic and Nova. Also gaining positions because they stayed out. No, Toxic stayed out, Coma stayed out, and the Nova had a short pit stop as Krieger into the wall. And we are doubling up, choosing right here. And Ballin, a bit of a late decision, had to check up huge. Now this is a little bit different from there's a bit of a different strategy for choosing here on Tsukuba. Because it is a road course, with the outside can rapidly become the inside and vice versa. And the first turn is a right turn instead of a left turn. And we are not... Was that the restart? It gives me more time to talk about the choosing strategy. And as everyone wrecks. Yeah. There's a bit of different strategy for choosing here. The first turn is a right turn instead of a left turn. Because it's a road course, and the way you take corners on a road course, you want to be on the outside, because that gives you a better entry, but whoever's on the inside can just park it on the apex and at least temporarily keep you from taking the lead if you're on the outside. And of course, the inside can become the outside, and the inside can become the outside. So you want to pull ahead of whoever you're alongside as quickly as possible. So we're back, re-racked. Krieger actually pulls it in this time. I wasn't aware that we were going green because he didn't pull it in, and I also missed the announcement. Coming through 9, a bit spread out. Coma, and we're green. I didn't really know who the control car was. I believe it was Coma. And the chaos in turn 1, 4, 5 wide. Blaze is on the grass. He stays on the grass. He rejoins. He may be told to give up position there. As they're 3 wide out of 4. Look at that. This is what Coma wants to see. He wants to see 3 wide in his mirror, but Blaze has managed to break away from the pack. And so is Saturn. 69 is being told to drop position. That is toxic. And you will hear. Top 3 single file, and then back there it's 3 wide, now 2 wide. Bit of contact back there. Baldwin's in the grass. Pushes Nova and the 69 and into the wall. Gets it back going again. No caution. Blaze is in the grass, but he did lose time to Coma. And Alpha's in the grass again. Oh, Blaze overcooks it into 4. That lets Saturn get alongside and lets Coma pull away, but Saturn drops back. As we're getting another good battle from the top 3, just like D2. And Blaze was in that battle the entire time, and he had a shot to win. Well, not really. He didn't. He lagged out. He didn't get a shot to win. That was Bede, my mistake. And he didn't really get to show his speed in D2 because he lagged out, or he had a bunch of lag and decided to quit. But here he is showing what he's made of here in the trucks. The Saturn looks for a move on him, followed by Morwam. And the field is very spread out. Alpha, 3 laps down, didn't change his laps, and and Bowen is still here barely within reach of the top 5. No, he is top 4. Sorry, but below it. But from Ballin, it's a 3-second gap to Toxic, and then it's a 2-second gap back to Nova. And Nova's caught up from the looks of it. I don't know if that was legally or illegally, and then there's Alpha bringing up the rear. As Ballin's managed to pull away from 3rd and 4th, getting closer to Coma. As 3rd and 4th are battling right now, and that was Saturn taking a position for Morwam right before the line as Orm wanted to dive it in, but this Saturn closed the door. Ballin wide in 1. As Blaze works on Coma. So closing that gap little by little, narrow exit. But he's there right on the bumper of the 82 through 5. And 6. He could make a move into 7 and 8 here on the bumper. Little Irvit early on the brakes, gets bumped by Morwam, falls back to 4th. He was so close to making a move. And he will probably make a move on Saturn here. Into 9. As they've pulled away from Ballin. Top 4. And NPCs here watching. Want something funny to happen. Top 4 into 1. Morrowind looking for a move on Coma. Coma goes wide. 3 wide. 2 wide. Behind Coma. Still your leader. Here come Morrowind a bit on the bumper. Managed to pull ahead. He gets rotation from Blaze. He shoots ahead of Coma. But he goes wide. Will he be forced to give up time? Looks like he did, but he brake checked. The entire field is, entire second through fourth is behind him now. As Coma looks for a move to get the lead back, and he does. And, oh, Saturn! Oh! Drifted a little bit into one of the walls and shot back across to hit the other. Maybe a little bit of lag there, I think, as Morrowind goes into the wall. Side by side with Blaze. Down the front stretch into 1. Blaze pulls ahead, got into the Coma's bumper. Into 4. Saturn is back. Coma, bad exit, or maybe Blaze got a better one. Side by side into 5. Morrowind's there. Through 6. You really don't want to be too wide here. It's kind of sketchy. Is there still too wide into 7 and 8? Blaze gets a really good exit. Almost has the run on Coma. He's there. He's alongside. If he stays there into 9, he could take the lead. He backs out a little bit. Shorter way around the corner, but Coma gets a better run. And the 69 and the 24 sent to the back for spinning the 91. I didn't catch that. I apologize. And Alpha's trying to officiate while driving still. No, he's not. He's out of the car. Ballin just can't get a turn 1. Caution's out. Who is it? 91 is flipped. Auto flip sends him into the wall as he's getting hit by Toxic. Second caution of the day. Lap 16. This will be the race back as the leaders are coming out of turn 8. Will those who stayed out on the last caution come into pit, or will they stay out? Old tires can lose you time late in the run. So I think it may be wise to choose tires as Coma holds off Moreland for the race back. Here's the pace car. And Toxic is still coming out of 9, followed by Nova. Here comes Ballin to catch the line. There is the other 3 remaining cars as Krieger comes to a stop. I'll let him catch up briefly. We're rolling again. Pits will be open again. I wonder if those who stay out, Coma and Toxic, to come. I wonder if they'll come in. I don't think they will. Toxic might. He really has nothing to lose. But Coma, he might want to keep his track position here, although he will be on newer tires if he does choose to pit. Tire fall off is coming soon. Yep, Coma pits, Morrowind, Blaze, everybody comes in. Now pit lane's going to be even more crowded. It's a bit of a stack up from Blaze on back. I expect those who are already pit to take short pit stops. Looks like they're not. Toxic's out first, followed by Saturn, Nova. Oh, Ballin and Blaze. Coma keeps the lead. Moorland keeps second. Blaze loses one position. And no other major position changes through the pit cycle. Again, you saw Ballin and Blaze coming out where just in front of other cars behind. That could have been very bad. I think if we see another caution and more pit stops, I think maybe some people who are ready to come out will have to wait for other cars to pass. It's just that crowded here. As Toxic serves as TTB, Ballin serves as TTB. Both of them tail end of the longest line. So we get ready to choose here. Coma looking outside. Moorland goes inside. Saturn inside. Blaze outside. Nova hit the cone. We'll see what that'll be. Anything? Yeah, but we'll see if Coma can put away from Morwam. He's the control car coming to the green, and we're racing again. Morwam caught sleeping, back to third. And who is that? Krieger in the pits again? I think it is. Still side by side through the S's. Into four, hard on the brakes. Coma pulls ahead, but overcooks it, goes wide. It drops several positions, giving the lead back to Blaze. He pulls ahead of the other two, though. Brake checks Moorlam a little bit, pushes Nova wide. Moorlam goes wide, stays in third. Doesn't go for it. Bumped out of the way by Saturn, who also gets a little bit of a bad exit as Ballin. What happened to him? He's all the way back there. And Toxic's trying to hold off the two dodges of Saturn and Nova. Bit wide in 9. Will they be able to capitalize? Toxic into the wall, keeps position. As Blaze is back in the lead. But Coma is hounding him. And so is Morwam. He's not far behind either. Again, Blaze showing the speed he believed he had. And he was also snubbed in D2 qualifying. He had a fast lap, but it was invalidated. He believes wrongly, but now he's really showing what he has. Snubbed in qualifying in D2, had to quit due to lag, and he's led laps here. 0 to 82 in the 74, the top three given a warning to stay off the grass. As it's now quite spread out, although we have a battle back there. It's between Saturn and Toxic. Toxic backs out. Although looks for the move again on the exit of 9. Blaze almost a second ahead of Coma, but he gains it. He gains time in 1 as he goes wide again. Morwam takes second. Side by side through the S's into 4. Morwam switchback. Clears the 82. A bit of a cut through 5. We'll see if he has to give up time for that. Yep, he will give up time. 82. Blaze wide. Morwam pulls it off the racing line. Lifts a bit. That's not Ballin. No, that is Ballin. Ballin is struggling. Blaze leads another lap. 12 to go here at Tsukuba. And Morwam has passed Coma for second. 2 dodges. 4th and 5th. Toxic 6th. Ballin 7th. They're pretty spread out. I don't really expect another caution, knock on wood. Though Ballin could always flip by himself again. .74, he has to give up time to 82 again. He must have cut in 5. Pulls off to the side. Lets the 82 get to him. They're side by side down the backstretch now. Coma pulls ahead. And meanwhile, Blaze, he likes what he sees. He wants to keep seeing them battle each other and give time penalty. Oh, Morwam and Coma into the pit wall. No caution for that, but they lost so much time. Now they're in the jaws of the 2 dodges. At least Morwam is. Coma is not going to be happy about that. And Coma looks like he's made up that gap that Blaze pulled a little bit. Blaze being very careful through 5 and 6, not wanting to cut and give up time. He knows that would be very costly. He wants to win. I know he wants to win. As the 2 dodges are battling again. Bowen, he struggles in those heavy braking zones, I tell you. He is not having a very good day. From flipping, he keeps wrecking in turn 1 and 7 and 8. His Blaze has a 1 1/4 second gap over Coma. And the dodges are up to Morwam now. 10 to go. These dodges, Saturn and Novus, they're being so aggressive, but also very clean side by side and some contact, but they're managing to stay side by side through pretty tricky corners. As Coma goes wide, rides the wall a little bit. As Ballin's up to Nova, oh, they're both going to the wall. Toxic and Ballin. Toxic manages to take the position back. It's 2 dodges side by side again. Coma on the outside wall. Coma closed the gap a little bit. But I think Blaze has been more consistent overall. Saturn in the grass. Will be told to give up time. No. Now, Coma is either the third through 5th are gaining, or Coma's falling back as Ballin has managed to get past Toxic. I wonder if anyone took 2 or 4 tires of Nova in the wall. 8 to go, Tsukuba. This second through 5th are battling pretty close as Ballin, I think, had a bad turn forward, but he manages to accelerate away. Damage control as Morwam past Coma in the grass. I think could be told to drop back, or you might lose it here anyway. As Saturn looks for a move on them. 3 wide down the backstretch. And Nova dropped back. There's still 3 wide in the 9. Saturn maybe has a nose. It's Coma. Coma into the wall. 2 wheels. getting into Morwam and Saturn. No caution. Still 7 laps to go. It's Blaze managing to pull away 74 with a warning. This is exactly what Blaze wants to see. This is the dream scenario for him. He wants him to keep battling so he can pull away. He needs clean air. He wants clean air. But so does everybody else, but they're not getting it. As I believe that's Saturn that just took second, but Morwam looking to make a move on the outside. Switchback, perhaps. Yes, it will. And he brings a 91 with him. This Coma continues to fade. And Toxic is fading. Baldwin, I believe, is putting in steady laps, but it's not quite enough. Baldwin first. Morwam, Saturn, Nova, Coma. 4 seconds back from the leader. How unexpected. He said in D1 that he just doesn't quite understand the track into the wall. And he may be on old tires now. I wonder if he took 2. He just says he didn't understand the track and he wants this to be over with. 91, give up time to 29. And this may be the weekend where someone can catch Coma off guard and win. And it looks like the first person to do that may be Blaze. Through turn 9. The car's behind, getting smaller and smaller in the mirror, clips the wall a little bit. Morwam 2.9 seconds behind. Morwam may be getting sense of the back after a review, I assume, for that incident with, or some kind of incident. I believe I know which one, but I'm not sure. If they can keep, it doesn't matter really if, oh, Blaze, careful. Now, Morwam looks like he has managed to pull away from that pack there, but those 2 Dodges and that Toyota are still together. Now the question is, can Morwam manage to catch up as Toxic? He's so far behind. Huge mistakes somewhere. I didn't catch it, but does he have a blown tire? No. Blaze. 2.5 seconds over second. 2 seconds back to third from Morwam. 4 to go. Blaze, can he hold on? As Coma keeps battling those Dodges back there, the 29 and the 91. Morwam goes wide. Oh, I believe that may have been lag. As that's the 91, I believe that went in the grass, but Morwam wide again. He's fallen back into the jaws of those 3 cars. If he's not careful, he's going to have to battle them again to pull away. And meanwhile, this is playing perfectly into Blaze's hands. 3 to go. Still has the lead. 2.8 seconds is the gap. What a dominant performance this final green flag run has been from the 0. I wonder what he's feeling right now. I don't know if he's nervous, but if I were him, my heart would be beating so loudly and hard. But he has a comfortable lead. I think he knows he just has to stay calm, hit his marks. The longer he... Oh, caution's out! Caution! What? This... Yeah, Nova's upside down. This is a nightmare scenario for Blaze. He's going to have to hold off the field in overtime. This is the worst thing that could have happened to him. What do you do in this situation? Do you think that some drivers may... Well, anything you do here is a gamble, really. Do you stay out, keep your track position? Do you come in for new tires, 2 tires, maybe 4? Anything can happen here in overtime. Pit should be open this time, and they are. Let's see. Blaze, Morwam, everybody comes in. Toxic comes in. Everybody's in. Do you take 2? Do you take 4? How much gas do you take, if at all? Do you even want to take tires in trouble? Toxic and Nova. 69 to the back. The 2 Dodges are first out of the pit stalls. Short stops from them. Everybody else taking long stops. Morwam, Toxic, Ballin, Blaze, Coma, last out. But holds off Blaze. Those 2 Dodge, that they still, both of them lost position to those 2 Dodges with their short pit stops. I believe 2 tires, no fuel. Will Coma and Blaze be able to get past them? I assume on fresh tires. All 4 fresh tires. And they'll only have, I believe, 2 or 3 laps to do it. No, Blaze is really gonna have to prove his speed here. He's gonna have to drive from 4th to 1st and hold them off. Hold off Coma. Not an easy task, but they're on, especially in equal tires. 79, 69, tail end of the longest line, choosing this time. 2 Dodges, inside and outside. Coma and Blaze both inside, Ballin outside, gaining tons of track position. '29 is your control car. Pace truck is in. Blaze is going to have the best restart of his life. Green flag overtime at Tsukuba. Blaze already 3 wide. Starting with a bad restart. Nova with a good one. Forrest wide. 69 under review again. 91's in the grass. 3 wide in front of Blaze. He has to make his way through quickly. He's sitting inside of Coma. Using him up. Saturn fading. Nova remains in the lead. Pushed wide. Side by side still. 91. Lost so much speed through there. Coma's going to look for a move. So is Morwam. Pushes Blaze. Blaze to the bumper of Morwam. He wants to get past so badly. He needs to get past quickly. Nova into the wall for no reason. Gives Coma the inside. Contact. More contact. 0 in the 74. White flag. Coma's your leader, followed by Nova, Morwam, and Blaze. Oh, contact. Accordion. Blaze shuffle back to 4th as the 2 Dodges are back out in front of him. Bumper to the Saturn. Rolls the inside. He's to Coma. Coma's to the 91. The 29's to the inside of the 0. 91 almost clear. Everybody goes wide. Nobody cares. It's all or nothing. 91 in the wall. Drops back all the way. Blaze to third. Saturn to second. Dives. 91 dives. Blaze! Shuffled out to last. Unfortunate. This last lap may be under review, so nothing's official, but Coma has clean air. Everybody else is fighting to be the best of the rest. Everyone's on top of each other. Into the wall. Stack up. Coma wins. What a finish. So unfortunate for Blaze. Coma calling everyone clowns. 69 to 74 with penalties. What an unfortunate turn of events for Blaze, who's already out of his car, defeated. As the rest of the field makes the slow trip back around for the cooldown lap. Moreland being threatened with a license demotion if he fights like that in D1. Toxic and already wants to retire. '91 kills the 74, not happy. I don't think anyone's happy. I don't even know if Coma's happy. I don't think he is. Here he comes, out of 9, ready to burn it down for the fans. I had a feeling it was either going to be Coma or Blaze, because those are the guys that showed the most speed. But I didn't expect it to end like this. Yeah, Toxic is done after one race. Considering how he did in tryouts, I don't know if many people are gonna miss him. And there's no victory lane here, so guess Coma is gonna find a place to park it after he's done. This will be a great confidence boost for Coma going into the D1 race. And despite the finish, I think Blaze will also get a good bit of momentum here from leading all those laps. It's just that unfortunate overtime. If that hadn't happened, he would have won, and he knows that. Anyway, Tsukuba has an exciting finish once again. That'll be it for today. Have a good